She was also smart and funny.
She was very funny.
Vanessa was 10 years older than me, but...
The what? I was hard. Yo, what's up, guys? You're watching Mike and Anthony, and we have a special video for your day. It's another one of Anthony's life stories.
Oh, another one? I'm sorry.
It's my secret relationship with my super attractive doctor, because apparently Anthony has...
Aight.
As he just picks his nose, he's aight. So, I guess,
I'm sick, bitch. What? Where's my nurse?
Oh my god, alright.
Hi, I'm Mason.
Dang,
I
I'm
had a
wearing the same
secret
shirt, too.
relationship with my hot doctor.
Yo, Anthony, you look pretty jacked.
Oh, god dang, she was fired, too. I remember now.
I'd always hated doctors and hospitals, so I tried to avoid them as often as I could. I was going to college, but living with my mother to save money. At first, I didn't tell her anything about my symptoms.
This story would have been a
since I knew
lot
she
harder
tended
if he
to
said high
overreact
school.
When it came to my health.
Oh, yeah, so hard.
We lost my dad when I was a young.
I can only do so much in high school, sorry.
He'd gotten really sick, and there was nothing the doctors could do to save him. So it was only natural if my mother became overly concerned when it came to illness. My childhood wasn't what you would call normal. Ever since my father passed away, my mom began fearing she'd lose me as well, the only family she had left. So she clung on to me and made sure nothing bad ever happened. She was overprotective, didn't let me play outside, and had me clean my hands almost obsessively. She'd take me to the hospital every time I as much as sneezed or coughed, and insisted that I missed class if any of my friends got sick. It was as if she wanted me to live in this little bubble where nothing wrong could ever happen to me. I loved her to bits, though.
Where's my doctor?
Oh my god.
And she really
waiting
did
for my
do her
doctor,
best
that's
to
all I
raise
got
me
for.
all on her own.
Anthony, you have a doctor's
Mom's
appointment today?
overprotectiveness
I've been
also
getting
made me
doctor
hurt my
appointments.
girls as I grew up.
What's
She never
funny, the
approved of
doctor
my
gets sick, and so I have to
relationship and ended up
go
finding
look
excuses
out
to
for
drive
her.
them away, no matter how perfect they might seem to be. When I was accepted into college, we decided I'd remain at home to save up money. That would allow me to avoid student loans, Mom reasoned.
Yo, who
The truth
is
of the
this?
matter was, our decision
just-
wasn't just about money.
Who just has that?
She didn't feel ready
Me.
for me to leave, and I didn't want to hurt her. So staying home while I studied seemed like a good compromise. Plus, she helped me out a lot and paid for part of my tuition.
Damn.
I didn't want to be an ungrateful son. So, knowing how she could get, I decided to try and hide my symptoms when I began feeling sick. It was not worth the headache, and I was sure I could nurse myself back to health, no problem. All I needed was a few cups of tea and a whole lot of sleep. The problem began when the fever didn't go down.
Coronavirus?
Mom arrived home from work, and she suspected something was amiss. I tried to pretend nothing was wrong, but she didn't believe my lies. I looked pale and exhausted, so she touched my forehead. I had to confess the truth. I was feeling awfully sick.
What the hell happened? Did you
But
get punched
I
in
tried
the
to
jaw in the
insist that it was
face?
just
What just happened?
Of course, Mom wasn't having it. She wanted to drive me to the hospital right away. I tried to insist it wasn't necessary, but in the end, she had her way. I was feeling too sick to argue any longer, and she was practically dragging me towards the car.
I need my doctor.
She began driving me, and I shivered miserably on the way there. The fever was getting worse, and I felt incredibly sick. I was stubborn, though, and kept telling her that this was ridiculous, that I would get better in a day or two, and that she should just let me sleep it off. Mom, of course, didn't go back to our home. She parked in front of the hospital and rushed me into the ER.
Damn, we are bad. Where's the doctor? Get it, like, real quick. Let's go.
Oh my god.
I was growing more and more frustrated until someone called my name. When I looked up, I was stunned.
Yeah, I was.
Standing
Oh
a few
my
feet
god.
away from us,
What's up?
was
You
the
like my
most
shirt or
gorgeous
what?
woman I had ever laid eyes on. I couldn't believe it.
He's
She was
suddenly
perfect
not sick
from
anymore.
head to
I hit her with
toes.
the.
Her hair was long and wavy.
Hit her with that, she
flawless,
fell.
Her body incredible.
What's up, shawty?
She was dressed in blue scrubs that matched her eyes. I could barely speak at all, and must have looked like a mumbling fool. The woman introduced herself as Dr. Vanessa,
Hey,
and I had to
Vanessa.
try and remember my own name. I think that my mom was the one who told her.
Shawty, shorty, or I call you Vanessa.
Dr. Vanessa asked me to follow her into one of the examinations.
Whoa.
She had
Whoa.
examined me. What can I say?
And my heartbeat beating in my ears.
Wait,
Thought
you're
there was a
sick,
sign
homie.
that
What
I
just
was
happened to
falling in
your
love,
fever?
but in reality,
She was
it
my
was my
fever.
body reacting to the illness. I was getting worse by the minute, but too distracted by my doctor's beauty.
That's not
I
how the
ended up
human
getting
body works,
admitted
homie.
into
Yeah, it
the
does. Shut up.
Mom didn't waste any time letting me know that she was right. Dr. Vanessa was the doctor in charge of my case, and that made my stay at the hospital far more pleasant.
Bet.
I would make silly jokes whenever she walked into the room, even when I was feeling awful. She made me smile, even through the pain and the fever. She
Where's
was
my
friendly
treatment?
and brilliant. At first, I thought she was just being nice because she was a good doctor and I was sick. But little by little, I could feel something beginning to grow between us. Dr. Vanessa would stay longer than she needed to in my room.
When I
Hell
began
yeah.
getting
Better, thanks to the medications, we would talk and talk. I wanted to know everything about her. I was surprised to discover that not only was she new to the area, but she was still in the process of moving into her new apartment.
Yeah, I could help
She
her.
was staying in a
Oh
hotel room
my
while some
God.
issues with her new home were solved. When I asked what neighborhood she was moving into, she said the name of the area I lived in.
Hard.
We ended up discovering that we were going to be neighbors. We were both stunned. It was such a big coincidence.
Yeah,
To me,
very
this felt
coincidental.
like destiny.
Oh my god.
Like
I'm
I had
sorry.
been meant to get sick and to be her patient.
I'm sorry.
Why else would she be moving right next door to me?
Yeah, why else?
And we also had this amazing connection. I refused to believe that all of that was simply a coincidence.
Oh
It was
my
not.
god.
When I
I
told her
have
this,
to
though,
say, it was
she
not.
looked worried. She told me that she did like me, but that I was her patient and she couldn't date me.
Oh
It
yeah,
wouldn't
there
be
is that,
ethical,
huh?
And she could get in trouble. Plus, I was still sick
Sounds
and
like a
had
problem.
to focus on recovery.
You can fix that.
I was determined not to give up, but I told her I understood. I didn't have to rush things since we'd be living next door to one another.
Yeah.
I would keep seeing her after I left the hospital. So, if she didn't want to date a patient, then I'd simply wait until I wasn't her patient any longer. Of course, being that patient was easier said than done. I tried
Wow,
to
Anthony.
remain friendly
Oh,
and
excited,
avoid
aren't you?
flirting. I really
Yeah.
did. Soon enough, though, I was asking her on a date. She told me no the first time,
Ah,
and the
you're
second
right.
time as well.
you're
Wait,
right.
why are you on your
By the
knees,
third
Anthony?
time, Dr. Vanessa laughed and scolded me for being so persistent. She ended up saying she'd go out with me once I was
Bet.
released. Imagine my excitement. It took me a couple more days to actually get better.
Shit hard.
it felt like
that
an
was hard.
Yo, why are you hitting the weights,
We
homie?
kept flirting all the time, but we
You don't
never
know.
kissed. Not until I left the hospital. That night, she invited me over to her apartment. It was incredible to have her
Oh, yeah?
right next door, just a few feet away from me. We spent the night together, and I felt like I was in heaven. I was dating the most beautiful woman I had ever met.
Yeah, it was.
She was also smart and funny.
She was very funny.
Vanessa was 10 years older than me, but
Oh, what? I was hard.
and I'd be graduating
It's
in
a
less than a
MILF.
year. It wasn't as if I was a
Not
teenager
really,
or
because,
anything of
like,
the sort.
he just started college, so she's
Problem
28.
remained with my
Oh,
mother.
okay.
I knew she would freak out if she knew that I was dating my doctor.
Why? Free
I'm
medical care.
hard.
Free medical care. What do you mean?
Free medical care. I don't think that's how it works, partner, but shit.
I didn't want to get my girlfriend in trouble for dating me. So at first, we decided we'd keep it a secret from those around us.
It was not a secret.
My mom didn't like me staying out all night, but I was old enough that she couldn't tell me not to leave. She did ask many questions, and I tried to avoid giving her incriminating answers.
Just say you're out
I
with
just
the
told her
homies.
I was
I don't get
studying
it.
late, or that I had
It's the
found a
best
study
excuse
group.
ever.
I never let her know that I was dating someone.
Your mom be so happy saying you're dating a doctor.
Yeah,
what
for
the
real.
f? That means you're good forever.
She asked me to move in with her, and I immediately said yes.
What the?
We were so happy and eager to live together, of course, but I was also worried. This meant I had to let my mother know what was going on. Vanessa and I decided we'd tell her the news together. Mom was very surprised to see my doctor in our living room when she got home from work.
Yeah.
She freaked out and asked if I was sick again. I explained that I was healthy and Vanessa wasn't there as a doctor. She was there as my girlfriend. Mom got
Yo,
so
why
angry.
is everyone
She
just
asked
making
how
the
long
same
we'd been seeing
mistake
each
over
other,
and over again?
I
I
couldn't
don't.
lie to her any longer. We let her know that we fell in love for each other while she was still my doctor. Mom did not take it well at all.
Why not?
She accused Vanessa of taking advantage of her position. Vanessa explained that she knew it had been wrong, but that we had really fallen in love. It took some time, but we managed to convince her not to make any complaints to the hospital. That was a big relief for me, since I knew Vanessa could have been fired. Mom can be really overprotective, but she's not a cruel woman. She knew that doing that would have been wrong. I'm living with Vanessa now, and my mom is slowly starting to accept our relationship.
Damn.
Wait, so you're living 3 feet across from your house?
Vanessa is the most wonderful woman I've ever met.
Yeah, she was.
I can't imagine my life without her. And though Mom's still not too happy about me moving out, she's relieved at least that I live next door to her. I had to make her promise not to come knocking every single day, though. I still get sick from time to time, but Vanessa was able to convince me hospitals aren't so terrible.
Yeah.
I don't need to rush to the ER, though. I have my own family doctor.
I told you. Free healthcare, baby. Free healthcare. I told you. Damn. How do you get all these girls, Anthony? First, you're like a guy in an all-girl town.
I just did it for the free medical care.
Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe. If you want to see more of Anthony's stories,
I'm sorry.
make sure to put it in the comments below. How do you get all these girls, Anthony? How do you living in this town full of girls?
I just get sick sometimes. That's all I gotta say.
And we'll see you guys in another video. Peace out.
I get a boo-boo.
Okay, all right.